Between the Ace family bragging about how extravagant things don't impress their kids, to a Family Channel child anonymously coming out to share what it's actually like being a part of a channel like this, we have a lot to get into. The Ace family posted a video this week titled "Disneyland Almost Ruined Alea's 4th Birthday, Very Sad." And these two always have to put on a show with this better than all of you watching energy, especially when they try to act like they were going to Disneyland for free.
We get to get the whole VIP experience and make it super special for Lele. So again, shout out to Disneyland for always taking care of my family. We appreciate you guys so much.
We all know Disney is not hooking it up for you guys, as if this was like a free experience. Even people who have worked on Disney shows have said that they don't really give out like free passes just because you're a celebrity or you might be on their show. Like, you might get to select a few days to go, but you have to be working for the network. Like, the Kardashians have even talked about buying tickets before. They might not right now because their show is on Hulu and that's partnered with Disney, but like, come on, we all know that you're not going on that 5-finger discount. People also didn't like how they were trying to act like Disney hooked them up, and then the title was about how Disney almost ruined their daughter's birthday. Like, what is that about? You're like thanking Disney while also at the same time like just totally taking a giant dump on it. And someone commented calling them out, saying, "What privileged people to sit there and call a Disney park to be able to get a VIP treatment, and then on the title of your Disneyland video say that they almost ruined your daughter's birthday. Disney certainly didn't have to treat you any special way." Which is definitely true. Like, if you're out here trying to say that you got these tickets for free and then you totally like took a dump on Disney's name, I don't know how you expect people to believe that. Like, they're definitely not going to give you things for free if this is how you're talking about them. But anyway, they also try to say that Disney characters made their daughter cry because 2 characters were walking away before they could get a photo, and Austin proceeded to chase after the characters, and that in itself upset their daughter because the 2 characters were trying to go where they needed and Austin was just calling out to them, and then their daughter got upset because she felt like they were ignoring her.
Oh no. They left us. They left you, babe. Babe, they left us. Angry stepsisters. Ophelia? Who? I don't. It's my daughter's 4th birthday. Please make her happy. Everybody's looking at us. Oh my Lord, I think they've been sniffing some of that pixie dust. I think that's what they've been doing, is sniffing some of that pixie dust. They made my 4-year-old cry.
No, because you were.
What?
Because you were stalking them.
No, I wanted my 4-year-old to be happy.
And he was shocked that the characters had some sort of attitude, but the characters were literally the evil stepsisters from Cinderella. And if you've been to Disney, then you know that these characters have to stay in character the entire time, and they have to act like how they would in the movie. So of course the evil stepsisters are going to have some sort of attitude. They're going to be sassy and funny, and he was just like not vibing with that at all. And someone even had to check him in the comments saying, "OMG, that's how they're supposed to act because their characters act that way." They also took time during this video to brag about how their daughter thought an extravagant birthday party with vendors and all of that was boring.
This year, instead of doing a typical big birthday party like we do every year for all our kids, Lele bug.
Because I was like, you want to do like a birthday cake and like have like vendors come like we do every year. And she's like, "Mommy, that's boring."
Like, your 4-year-old thought that was boring. That's probably not a good sign. And that led people to feeling a type of way about them even more than before. Plus, with the whole video being about their daughter and of their kids, it's just rubbing people so wrong. And what's actually so interesting is that this past week, a child of a family channel on YouTube who is a little older, like probably in their teens, actually reached out to someone on TikTok who has been actively talking about the effects of vlogging and using your children for money actually can have on a child, and detailed what their life has been like. And it's just so heartbreaking to hear from the other side because not many of these kids have grown up yet. This is really like the first era of YouTube and people vlogging their children, and so now that they are growing up, they are able to share their side, and it's not good.
Hi, my name is Caroline and I usually do comedy. What I'm about to share with you is not comedy, but it is incredibly important, and I beg you to stay. Usually I make silly skits, and sometimes I use those skits to talk about issues that I think are important. And one of those issues is the protection and safety of kids on the internet, particularly kids that are being used in monetized channels. A teen that has had their entire childhood monetized reached out to me. and they told me to keep doing what I'm doing, and they shared their story with me. What I'm about to share with you is an anonymous letter from a teen that has gone through all of the things that I've tried to bring awareness to and more. They are not in a position where it is currently safe to share their story publicly, but if you trust me, you will trust that I have verified that this is 100% real. To any parents that are considering starting a family vlog or monetizing your children's lives on the public internet, here is my advice. You shouldn't do it. Any money you get will be greatly overshadowed by years of suffering and very hard work for you and your child to keep up with trends and media, and if you do manage to do it, your child will never be normal. You will be their boss and they will be your employee, which is a horrible relationship to have with your kid. It'll be hard for them to go out in public without getting noticed. You'll constantly be harassed by brands online and networks, and worst of all, your children will be sent inappropriate messages and videos. If they have over 100K subscribers, there will be some sick guy or girl out there who puts weird comments there. I know because it happens to me all the time. My parents show me these messages, some of them, but most of the time I find them on my own and I have to sigh, screenshot them, report them, and turn off my phone. Because I'm in too deep, there's no going back now, and I never consented to being online. I wouldn't have been able to anyway. I was 2 or 3 when I went viral for the first time, and now there's things I just can't do.
Imagining your parent as your boss at such a young age is so troubling to me. Like, you should be looking at your parent as someone you can go to for support, not somebody that is going to berate you into acting a certain way for a camera that they are holding. You know, you always hear stories of family businesses and things like that, which is fine, but this is a situation where a child is the entire business, and if the child were not in the picture anymore, the entire business would go down and it would crash and it would burn. And that is what is so messed up about some of these family channels that really rely on their kids for content.
I've been an employee since I was 5, and I hate it, so don't do it. If you don't regret it, then your kids will. To any kids out there struggling like I am, hold on. Keep pushing for getting off YouTube. Never look up your name on any site. Never look at comments. And if all else fails, perfect your thumbnail face and fake smile and start counting down the days until you leave. And to my parents, if they so happen to be out there and recognize me, I'm not sorry. I think I have the right to complain on the internet after you took my childhood away from me. Love, your lovely child.
That is so much pressure. And it's not even regulated to ensure that kids are being protected or even compensated. The whole thing is actually just so crazy the more that you think about it. I mean, even if these kids are being given a percentage of the money earned on these channels, it just feels wrong to start what is basically an unmonitored reality show about your kid. There's nobody looking out for them. And like I've said before, there's so many children in Hollywood who have come forward to say that they did not like being worked at such a young age or having any sort of pressure put on them to perform or act a certain way in order for them to keep their family afloat. And that's coming from kids who are in the industry that does have certain rules set in place, and yet there's still major issues. So when you're thinking about a place that has no regulations, no rules, nothing, that is very scary. And nobody is shaming those for sharing their kids, but it's when you make your entire living because of your kid, that's when things are off. Nobody really judges people when they're posting their kids. Like, of course, your kid is cute. You think your kid is amazing. You're gonna wanna share things about your child. Nobody is gonna judge you for posting pictures of your child. It's when you're trying to make money off your child, and if your child is no longer a part of your content anymore, the entire thing would go away. That's just weird. There's plenty of influencers who could stop posting their kids tomorrow and their followers would remain the exact same because they themselves are the content, they are the influencer, and not their kid. Their kid is just part of their life. It's when if you took the kid away, everyone would unfollow. Like, that is a problem, and that's just like nasty and weird. And we are hearing what it is like from the other side. I mean, this child is literally writing in, and they're clearly not in an environment where they feel safe to come forward and tell their parent that they don't want this life. And that is so unfair the way that they were brought into this whole thing. This is definitely the reason why most celebrities have chosen to hide their children so that they can protect them as best as possible and give them the choice on whether they want to be in the spotlight or not. It's just so upsetting to see these choices being made for kids when money is the only thing on parents' minds. And Austin's mom definitely has money on her mind all the time, for sure, with the wish she made at Disneyland.
World peace.
But that's what's been going on with the Ace family, and that's what's been said about family channels and what it's like being behind that camera lens. It's definitely hard to hear, but this is a very big conversation. I just feel like it's getting talked about more and more and more as these kids are getting older. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I love you guys so much, and I will talk to you in the next video. Bye, guys.